I'm going live. Let's see what happens. Shall we? Come on, chop, 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 chop. Let me just wait here for a minute. I don't know if I'm going to be able to paint and answer everybody. Hi, Mum86. Oh, hey. I saw you here last time. High five. This is going to be fun. So I'm actually painting. I'm going to be painting live with you guys. So I feel like I should have maybe said something before I did it, but I was taking a video and then now it just keeps on saying that my storage is full. And it's just like, I just want to punch it in the face. F you, camera. Anyway, what is the day? It's Saturday today. Making messes. Oh, I'm all about making messes. Cian, right? Hey, I apologize if I say people's names wrong, but I can't even pronounce hashtags. I'm completely delirious and ridiculous when it comes to pronouncing. I know, right? It's like, yeah, live. Let's see what happens. I went pretty long the last time I went live, which doesn't really surprise me because I could literally talk all day long. Like, my motor never stops. It's really annoying sometimes. But I just put a baby in the oven, but I am working on this other one that is like ginormous. And I have the camera here because that way I can turn. Oh, yay. Woo, Gold Star Bean. I turned it this way so you can see me paint, and then so I can also see the comments instead of it being like straight on. So the TV, I feel like the TV is really loud. Whatever, they can do what they want. So I'll show you what I'm working on. So I am working on, let me see here, see if you can. Okay, so this belongs to the Saskia kit, and he is going to be a boy. He's almost done. I'm probably going to go in with some reds, and then after I'll probably do a couple washes maybe, and then put like a finishing coat over it. So hey girl. When I'm baking babies, I like them well done in this house. Ooh, Saskia. Yeah, she's really cute. She's I really love her arms and like her hands. She has really amazing hands. If you look at the kits that are here, not here these days, but I guess sort of, kits that they make now, I know I love outie belly buttons too. Compared to the ones that are like older, they have advanced like crazy. I really like that. I really love the newborn belly button. Okay, first of all, I hate belly button. I hate belly button cords. Like, I wish they would just be born without them because they're disgusting. I hate them. I can't even look at them or I don't like them. And so my husband has to like clean them and stuff because they just gross me out. I don't know about those belly buttons, but let me go ahead and show you. So this is another one that I'm working on. What is her name? Do you guys remember what her name is? She's a Sylvia Manning. She's a crawler. She's a big baby. Her middle, like her whatever it's called, torso is huge. But I'm up for the challenge. And what's really strange is it's like a I know, right? As I'm convulsing about you made me think about it again. Lily Marlene. Yeah. She's pretty cute. She's a lot of work, but I don't understand that. I just made my dog bark. Never saw placenta. No, I have seen a placenta. The placenta does not bother me. It's the belly button on the baby that goes home with you. It's like, why can't you just pull it off and keep it here? Like, why do I have to take it home with me and let it fall off? Like, I feel like it's their duty to just take off the belly button. It's so gross. Hold on, I'll be right back. I have to take a baby out of the oven. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Okay. Sorry about that. I just got a baby out of the oven. And this is the next one that I'm going to be working on in front of you guys. And that is hot. Hot. So I'm going to be let me see. When I ran across my living room. Oh my God, I'm so hot right now. I think it's because I was talking about belly button cords. Got me all hot and sweaty. Anyway, so this is insanely hard to hold. I guess you would think that, hey, Big Mama. High five. My inspiration to start my live video right now. So I have to pick out eyes for her. I'm gonna make her a normal baby. And then here's her chunky legs. I know, she's like, so I'll show you, let's see here. Those are the differences of stages. I put my head on mason jar so it's easier to grip. Oh, that's a good idea. So that's kind of like the difference. I'm making her, she's not a vampire, but she's vampire-ish, the Saskia. But this one is going to be a normal baby. So, high five! High five! I have some color mixed already. I'm probably, let me see here. So, do you guys want to get a room? I mean, it sounds like you do. So I'm just saying that is an option if you want to go do that. I probably have to put more thinner in here soon too. I've had this bottle for so long, you guys. My thinner goes in here and I literally, like, I've had it for freaking ever. Seriously, let me get some of these off here. Oh, let me get some of those off there for a minute. That was just no, Bean, seriously, focus here. Okay, I am going to put another layer on her. And so I think I'm just going to, she's got veining down, but let me see. Ooh, the sun is shining. It is nice outside today. That means it's going to be snowing tomorrow, probably. Our weather is so manic right now. But I think it is in a lot of places. I'm pretty sure it is. But the sun is like super shiny right now. It's awesome. I can't wait to go to the marina. We have so the Wacom Lake is I don't know, like a 3-minute drive from here. And it's so beautiful, you guys. It's just such a beautiful, I love it here. I've been here for a minute now and I love it. It's like every year I notice something else. My husband wants to get a boat and I don't know, do jet skiing or something. I don't think I would ever do that. No. I would never do something that risks hurting my hands. I think that's probably good. So I just mixed a few San Antonio. Oh, hi, Lainey. I'm outside here in San Antonio, Texas in a hammock. Wow, you lucky a-hole. Just kidding. I always enjoyed that you can look out your window and see. Yeah, I know. It is so pretty. Let me see if I can. I think I showed it all you can see is my mess. All you can see is my friggin' craziness over there. Way to go, Bean. Way to go, Bean. Why is that separating? That is kind of weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh no, it's fine. So, I am a sponge hoarder. True story. It would be better without a 3-year-old rubbing ice cream on me. Ugh. Kids and ice cream, eh? It's so funny. I have this story, funniest stories about kids and ice cream. And like, when my son was 3, I gave him an ice cream cone before we drove somewhere. And I was like, oh, I'll just give it to him in the car, whatever. And then we get there and okay, it was summertime. Yeah, he was maybe almost, he was like at 2s or 3s or something, my first child. And we get there and he literally turned into a Smurf. He had blue all over him. He wasn't wearing a shirt. He was just in shorts because it was really hot and I didn't have air conditioning. And he literally was a Smurf. I was like, whoa! They hosed him off too. Oh, it was funny. I just had to mention that because people just trigger what things I have gone through as a parent. Like, I could tell you so many stories. My son got stuck in a dog kennel once when he was like 1. He crawled into it. And I was like, what? Again, my firstborn. What? I was like, oh, where is he? Where's Justice? I live in this tiny little house too. I'm like, what the hell? And I could hear him crying and I looked down. I guess he crawled. Okay, you guys, a small, like a cat kennel. He crawled into it and then sat up and tried to turn. And so he got his head stuck. And so he's like stuck, like all gimped. And I'm trying to like get him out of this kennel. And I'm like, oh my God, my baby. Oh my God, my baby's stuck in a kennel. And I was like, what do I do? Do I carry him in the kennel to the hospital? Do I carry him in the kennel to the fire station? What do I do? Oh my gosh, it was insane. And like I had to call somebody to come and help me get him out of the kennel. They probably thought I was such a, I don't even know what they thought. They probably went home and laughed about it. I mean, I would. I do. As I'm laughing about it again. Funny after the fact. It's like, you know, one of those things. My daughter, here we go with friggin' story time. My kid did the same thing, but she couldn't turn around. She got her shoe stuck and was laughing so hard. Where does the pig sleep? My pig is raised inside my house, and I have an area set up for her in the garage with like her blanket. She goes under it. She sleeps under all the blankets. She likes to have her alone time. So I have her sleeping in there so she's safe. And then my other pig is right over there sleeping in her monster bed. Story time. Yeah, I know. She's a total pig in a blanket. She's so cute. I friggin' love her. I think I'll just eat her up for breakfast. Just kidding, Donut. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to eat you. Ew. That's terrible. I can't even eat bacon anymore. I need a thinner brush. Anyways, let me tell you, this story is so funny. Actually, it's not funny. I wasn't even there. Out of all times when one of my kids get injured, the hand is really big and awkward. One of the times they get injured, my husband was home and had to deal with it. And then he phones me and I was like in Seattle. It was a 2-hour drive. And he's like, I have to take Serenity to the hospital because her head is split open, all calmly. And I'm like, what? Oh my God, her head is split open. Holy crap. Oh my God. Like freaking out. Like freaking out about it. And he's like all calm. Yeah, well, it's under control right now, but yeah, I'm going to take her. So I was like, okay. So he had to take her to the hospital because I was still a couple hours away. So he took her there and with a thing over her head. But this is how the story goes. My kids now have to tell me what happened. So she split right between her eyes. I have photos of it. Right between her eyebrows, probably, I don't know, like, I don't know, an inch and a half or something. Right on her forehead between her eyebrows. Got hit with a shovel. Got hit with a shovel. And my son Justice did it accidentally. And I guess they say he was digging for treasure. They were digging for treasure in the yard. I mean, that's what 3 and 5-year-olds do. They dig for treasure. And when he scooped it up, she got hit right in the head with a shovel. And so she had to go get stitches and stuff like that. That was the first time I got a feeling of how expensive it is to take people to the hospital here, because I had been pretty new to the country. And I was like, it was what? It was next time we are duct taping your forehead, okay? If you guys dig for treasure again, consider your wounds duct taped. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. Maybe. I don't know. I might. So, Golden Orphan Burge. Hey Bean, my mom says I love your dolls. I'm Lainey on my phone, and your pig is so cute. Hey Lainey, that is just adorable. Thank you. Lainey, what's up? My name is Lainey. That's as far as rapping I can get. Hey. So now that she's better, now that she's like okay and has her stitches and everything, the joke is every time we have a family function, the story changes. So we're like, hey, Justice, remember the time you threw the shovel into your sister's forehead? Remember the time when you threw the shovel off the deck right at your sister and it cracked her head open? And he's just like, shut up, it did not. Remember when you went to your sister's bedroom in the middle of the night and you tapped her with a shovel? Just because that's how ridiculous people are. That's just how life is, It's like fabrication and lies, eh? All the time. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger in a big web of lies. But luckily I just have the personality and strength to laugh about it, because I personally think it's hilarious. But then I also laugh when I'm in really serious situations, which is like if I'm in an uncomfortable situation at a meeting or something, like I'm the worst person to take, because I just I can't even pay attention. I had to go to this court date recently. Actually, it wasn't that recently. It was last year, because they have the Becca bill here. I don't know if you guys have it in your states. We don't have it up in Canada, but in Washington State we do. And it is illegal for a kid not to go to school. Like if they're in high school and they're skipping out, it's illegal and they have to go to court. And if they're charged, they have to they could go to juvie. And so basically what you have to do is just go and kind of explain. And as long as they're excused, like if they're sick or something like that, that's one thing. But they can't be skipping out. And there's a lot of shitty parents out there too. So some are drunks and drug addicts and stuff, and they don't really care if their teenager goes to school. I know, I burst out laughing all the time. It's embarrassing. But so I went to court because I was homeschooling my son for a little bit. And apparently they didn't record it properly, so I had to go to court. And the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm just like, I could never do this job. Like, look at what they wear. First of all, I would just be not a lawyer just for that reason. They'd be like, that, no. I would be like a one-person circus. And then I'm sitting there and I'm sort of listening, but not really, because I'm looking at the light fixtures and the chairs, and I'm like, who is it that chooses the chairs and the light fixtures? Who changes the light bulbs in here? Like, where are they? What is their life like? Do they say, yeah, my job is to switch light bulbs in courthouses or whatever they're called? I just don't know. I just find it very fascinating. And then they're like, have you been listening? And I'm like, no, I haven't. Oh, what are you gonna do, hey? What are you gonna do when you live in a zoo? I can't handle being in a room without windows. Courtrooms don't have, it's true, they don't have any windows. I feel like I would not, I can't do it. I just can't do it. And there was some times that I also had to go to meetings for the foster kids. And there's these people, like they're all sitting around a room, and even walking into a room where there's multiple people looking at you, I don't like that. Like I will just bounce out. I'm just like, what? And I just back away. I'm just like, no, thank you. And my face goes really, really flush once I go in there and sit down. I'm just like, I'm super flushed. Just like, get me out of this situation. Let me escape. I say it just like that too. Just kidding, I don't. I'm just adding a little bit of pink mottling. I'm not gonna have, she's not gonna be really have a lot of mottling. It's just gonna have kind of like it underneath. If the brand Apple made a car, would it have a window brand? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. Apple, you know what they should do? What Apple should do though? Crap, what was it? I thought about, oh yeah, I remember. I was like, why? They need to come out with this. Apple needs to be able to jump your car, because I ran out of battery when I went camping and I literally was stuck in the middle of nowhere. And it was summertime in Washington, and like, I'm like, what the? Just standing there waiting for somebody to drive by this random dirt road. And I'm just like, why can't cell phones charge the car? Right? Come on, Apple. You need to get on that. Seriously. I will give you permission to patent that, Apple. You go right ahead. Yeah. Yes, it would have a window brand. Yeah, that's a great idea. No more waiting for help. Yeah, no. I know, right? And then it's like, do you trust the people that are helping you? Luckily, somebody did, though. And a lot of people were like, oh, I don't have jumper cables. It's like, who doesn't have jumper cables? Oh, yeah, I don't. And that's why I needed other people's. I love this pink color. This is a cute pink color. Have you you have a phone to call someone? No, yeah, but I was out in the middle of nowhere. So it's a dead space out there. So there's literally no service. There's no service whatsoever. And the closest town was like a 25-minute drive. So I had to have a jump. Like, I had to. And eventually somebody was like, I'll help you. Yay. Bye. Then you are effed, exactly. Do you mix the colors to get the pink blush? Yeah, it depends on how extreme you want it or how much you want to see it, because the pink that I'm putting on now, I say that it has substance, meaning if you look at it, it's slightly thicker, because what I do is I'll mix like a base color with the brighter pink, and then when you do the mottling, it is a little more pronounced or whatever it is. And then when you put color over it, it'll seep through. It seeps through just enough to see it underneath. You can do it really, really thin. I personally don't paint like that. I like really pronounced colors. So, and there's no wrong or right way of doing it. I just do it the way that I'm comfortable. But my last washes are, it's weird. I don't use a lot of washes. I'm not sure why I do that. I don't know. I do not know. Maybe it was because my son was stuck in a kennel once. I mean, maybe I was like, oh, I'm going to paint thicker because my son was caught in a kennel. That makes no sense. You're stupid. Shut up, Bean. Okay. I will then. So, how about those Canucks? I love the cloth on your table. It's years of being painting. I know. I love my cloth. Tribute to... Oh, hey, Annie. It's so much easier to do it this way, you guys. Like, seriously. And then every so often I'll forget. I'm like, oh, yeah, people are watching me right now. Then a video. I don't edit my videos anyways because I don't know how. There's some honesty for you. But it's you know what? It is so crazy what is happening to the whole Reborn community these days. Like, I don't, just like, man, sadness. It's so sad. You know what I need to do? I need to buy me a shovel so I can throw them at people's faces. Somebody that wasn't watching earlier is not going to get that, and that just sounded violent. Sorry. But I actually said it because I was talking about it earlier. So after this layer, what I will do eventually is, instead of the mottling, I'll put like solid colors on it. So it's not going to look this extreme because she is an older baby. But so I don't put as much on my older babies because it just looks kind of, I don't know, because I don't. Why should I have to explain why I don't? That's the thing, with painting dolls. I feel like when people not necessarily complain, or they're like, why is it this way or why is it that way? I feel like the dolls that I make don't have rules because it's art. Like, I don't paint a certain way because everybody else does it that way. If I want to paint a doll a certain way and put certain details on them, or dress them a certain way, or have a certain theme or whatever, it's usually the spur of the moment that I decide to do it that way, and the outcome is just what I want that outcome to look like. Like, it's not about being lazy or about not doing it like everybody else. Like I said, it's not about that. It's about being one of a kind. It's like, I don't need to explain why I paint the way that I paint. I just do, because it's art. You know? So this body is huge. I'll show you guys. She is so big. I don't even have room to paint her. I know, my cloth. I keep them too. I hang them up. I love them. Wow, you are ginormous, torso. I don't even know where to begin. I know. I bake them separately. So I bake the limbs and the head first, and then I bake her like this on the rack, and then I flip her and bake her the other way. That's the only way to make it even. So let's get started on this ginormous torso, shall we? Yes, we shall. Yes. I'm not going to Monster Palooza this year. Just spending it with my family. I think that's pretty awesome that I'm able to do that. She does not have any kind of outie. This okay, you want to see something super weird? This doesn't even have a hole in it. So I don't even know how it attaches to how the head attaches to it. I probably have to cut a hole, which seems kind of weird to me. I'm just gonna do the shoulder blades. Oh, you can't even really, like that. And then that's all I'll do, and then I start blending it. This is really awkward. This thing is so awkward. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm almost done my Angelica too. Whoa, the sun is really shining. So are you guys excited for the doll show? Who watched Serenity's video the other night? She was up really late. Anybody? Can I get a here? Ugh, this thing is so awkward. I'm glad that I'm Barbara DeRenko. I did too, and I really loved her raw truth, like her raw honesty. And I don't know, like I watched it a couple times. I was like, yeah, girl, yeah. Just like that to my phone while I was alone. But yeah, I loved it. I was just like, man, so true. Why do people judge you on commenting on certain people's videos? Like, why even put the effort into that? Like, hi, you know what? Seriously, this is making messes. I'm gonna put you up on the TV, Bean. You're do it. What did the little piggy say? I couldn't find her. The little piggy. I don't know, but this thing is really weird right next to my face. This is so, like, I feel like her head should be bigger. Can you imagine if this was her head? Whoa, that would be... Oh, Little Piggy 41 said something Serenity didn't like. Oh, yeah, so wrong. I can write on any videos I want. Yeah, exactly. It's just crazy how some people think that they can not multitask. I don't know that word. What is that word? They can, I don't know. It's like the peanut gallery, you know, it's like they can comment and try to put restraints on everybody and saying oh, how dare you for replying on this video and this video. It's like, you know what? F you. How about that? How about F you? Oh wait, they didn't think that I would say that? Have they met me? No, they actually haven't, which is even funnier. So I'm gonna do her face. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I missed that part. I don't remember. I don't think I saw that part about her. I don't know. They said something that she didn't like. But yeah, I mean, it's true. It's like the people that are trying to run, they're just trying to run the show. And it's like, get a life. God. I can comment on whoever I want to comment on. Like, seriously, if you want to know the truth about how easy I am to control, you should talk to my husband. I'm the one that wears the pants in the household. Like, he knows. He's just like, I need to stick a brush in this. This thing, I don't know why. This is insanely difficult. And I'm going to add some details on the face. I'll show you guys how I start adding details. So... it said Little Piggy, so I'm assuming that it is one of the specific people that she was talking about. I don't know. I don't know the whole story, but the moral of the story and the point of the story is don't be dishing it out and trying to dish it out for years, and then start backpedaling that everyone else is the bully. Like, wow. I don't know about that. Point is don't friggin' involve her in that. Where's my sponge? Where is it? Here it is. Here, let me just tap this for a second. Oh, yeah, hey, he's yeah, wait, was he at the... Oh, yeah, he was. My husband has a full beard now. He finally grew out his beard for me. And also his hair is really long. It's like long. He has the curliest hair, and it's just so sexy. I have the sexiest husband. I'm not even joking. He works out. He does MMA with my son and stuff, and so he's like super fit and has like a really like muscular back and muscular arms. Yum, ladies, yum. And if I can say that after, I don't know, years, friggin' 10, almost 20 year, 18 years. 18 years together. Crazy. I keep him on his toes. But he'll be going to the next show too. He's more patient than I am. So I like him going to the shows with me because I get too bored staying at my booth and at my table. She does not have a chat. I will straight up be convicted if anybody tried to take my man. Yeah. No, Bean doesn't play that game. Hee. I love this kid. I don't know if I could bond with her size though. Yeah. Yeah, you know, that about the whole size thing, it is so true. Babies are way easier to collect. Are you going to Utah? Isn't that where the doll show is? Yeah. Utah is the Rose show, and then the one in June is the International I always get that IDT TS. Oh no, I don't want to get the hiccups. Don't do that to me. I'm gonna show you a little bit of some details here. So I have these. Yes, I do. These are stained in there. It's not dirty, in case you're wondering. Let me just wipe it off there. Yeah, the other one is in Asheville. So I'm going to that one. I have a booth, IDTS show. It's in Asheville. It's in June. And it's a smaller show. I haven't been that far in the South I missed last year. And then, yeah, but you want a Reborn? I do too. One of these days I'm going to make Reborns, I swear. I swear I'm going to. So I am going to just pull out a little bit of blue. And where is Asheville? It's in North Carolina. It's a total bitch to get to. Just saying. Every time I went there, I had an issue flying there, and then our flight got canceled, and we had to go. We were in. Sorry, I just had a mouth problem. So. Oh, thanks. I'm gonna South Carolina. You live in South Carolina? Wow, you should totally go to that show. Because I'm flying all the way from Washington, well, from Vancouver, BC. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do some of these details. I like to add them at the same time. I never used to, but now I do because I'm just a rebel. I'm just a rebel that way. But last time we went to the friggin' doll show, there was an electrical storm. Every doll show, oh my gosh, every doll show, you guys, I'm not even freaking joking. The first one, there's an thank you for for liking my vampires. An electrical storm in Chicago. So we literally like did circles in the air because we couldn't like fly down. It was insane. Okay, hold on. Let me think for a second. So, okay. Yeah, it was really freaking crazy. So we're circling the air, flying to Seattle, which is far from where I live, by the way. It's a 3-hour drive. And we had to take a shuttle from Seattle into Bellingham, so we had to catch it at a certain time. But because oh my God, I just hallucinated. I thought that my oven was beeping, and I was like, oh my God, I just talked all this time, and I have a baby baking. But I don't. It's okay. False alarm. Anyway, so there was this electrical storm stuck in Seattle, and it was like the middle of the night. It was hours. So we had to sleep on our shuttle was coming in like 4 hours. So, and it was cold, Seattle, and we had to sleep on the floor in the airport. Oh, it was so awful. Whatever, though. I mean, homeless people do it, right? So let me position you a little bit better here. But yeah, so we slept on the floor. That was awesome. It was a great adventure. And then the show after that, we decided to fly from Vancouver. We're supposed to fly Vancouver right into Asheville, go to Vancouver, and they're like, your flight is canceled. It's supposed to be a red eye. The show was starting the next day. Like, I was like, no, you need to get us there right now. And he's like, there's no flights. There's no flights. And I was so pissed off about it. I was like, are you effing kidding me? Our ride just left. Like, I couldn't, what am I looking for? I'll use this one. Yeah, so our friggin', I was so pissed about it. I was just like, no, this is not going to work for me. And then he's like, well, you can spend the night in Vancouver. Our ride already left. We drove from Bellingham. And they're like, oh, well, we can fly you in the morning, but not into Asheville. And like I said, the show was starting. The show was starting the next day. We were flying in, and it was so frustrating. So they're like, oh, we can fly you into Tennessee. I'm like, where the F is Tennessee? You want me to fly into somewhere where I don't even know where I'm going? Like, no thanks. Oh, it's the only option we have. So in order to not miss the show, we had to fly into Tennessee, rent a car the next day. So we stayed in Vancouver, rent a car, and luckily my husband is okay with driving. It was so friggin' messed up. So he was like, of course, it's a doll show. He's like, here, let me turn this way. If I don't see, I might not see your guys' comments because I'm doing some shading details. I'm not ignoring you on purpose. But yeah, so of course he's like, doll show, something always happens. Wah. But it does, because then, guess what? We go to the Denver Rose show. So that was the second year. The third year, go to the Denver Rose show, and there is a freaking storm that rolled in Denver. And we circled, and I had to set up that night, and we were already running late. And we had to circle the air for almost 3 extra hours. Just circling the air in Denver. And then I got there like super late, and luckily they let me still set up my table. I was so exhausted. I was like, every time. I mean, at least it didn't crash, right? I mean, it could always be worse. Always remember that. Life can always be worse. Like, that's why you don't let people rule your life and make decisions for you, because the thing is you have to just train your brain. Yeah, It was crazy. But you know what, Yvonne? My husband sets up for me because so I paint the dolls, but he does all my setup. And now we've learned for me just to walk away because I get really, really uptight and crazy when it has to do with setting things up. I'm just like that in general. He does the birthday parties. If we have any like dinner parties, or he's the one that does the setup because it's like too much for me. And he's a DJ. So when he goes to parties and stuff, he sets up, like that's what he does. So he's just so much more patient. So now I just walk away and I just let him do it. I just kind of tell him, he'll set up and everything. And then when I come back, or I kind of tell him where I want one doll, or I want the dolls to be. So, Nibbles, yeah. I just saw that kit in my stash. I was like, oh man. The 2-fanged vampire. She's a really nice kit to paint too. Just saying. Her vinyl. These lips are really cute. I always paint the lips upside down. Just something that I do. Excusez-moi. Yeah. That's what I gotta say about that. It's so sad, isn't it? How some people have to live their lives. I feel so sorry for some people. I'm just like, oh, thank you. That's so nice for dedicating all your time to me. Wow. Oh, thank you. I love you too, boo-boo. Yeah, well, I like to show my work in person. I've so paid my dues, I swear. That's why this year I wanted to like kind of take it slow. An org, I think that, yeah, those are so cute. I've looked at the pictures before and I've contemplated it, but I don't necessarily, even though I make vampires and pixies and stuff, I don't necessarily like to make character babies. I don't know, it's just not really my thing. And the orgs or orc or whatever they are, I just don't think I want to paint with those colors. Which might sound kind of strange, but I just can't argue with what I'm not feeling and what I am feeling. And I love making vampire babies. I always have. I started out making vampire babies. That's how I started. When you use a brush instead of a sponge, it's a little bit darker. If you're wondering why I'm going back and forth. It just keeps the color on there a little more extreme. Wow, the light. Where are you, light? Where are you? Let's see here. What the heck are they watching out there? Sounds like a documentary. Yeah, the thing is the shows, I was just absolutely, I'm very content as an artist. Like now I'm very content as an artist because I never wanted to, how do I explain this? For me, it was about proving that I was a capable artist and that I was dedicated to this kind of work, and I wanted to be known as a talented artist. I wanted to be known as to really prove what I had to give. And so that's why I was very dedicated to going to the shows and stuff too, because not only would I want that online, but I wanted it in person to show people that how I am right now is how I am in person. That's how I am as a person in person living life. So, you know, I'm like the very least, most, the least fake person. Like, there is nothing for me to fake. And not only that, what I say in private, and if it's ever about somebody, it's always true. It's the situation that's going on, and whatever I say then, I will say to somebody's face. I have no problem saying something to somebody's face. It's just like, I'm a nice person, but like, if you're a fake asshole, I'm gonna let you know. Like, I don't know how people can live their lives like that. And so that's why I do what I do and go to the shows and stick with certain people and trust certain people. I was a total Reborn groupie at the show. You were so nice. You know what? I'm like this in person, right? I'm the same way. I'm exactly the same way. I don't need anybody's approval. But yeah, so that's exactly why I do it, because I love people. I love the art. I love dolls, and I love meeting people that I talk to online. It makes all the difference. It's like, I'm not going to come on here and be like, pretend to be like the nicest person and be like, oh, I'm so nice and fun and love and spread the sparkle, and then be a total douchebag in person. Like, who does that? Not me. So over the years, it's just, I don't know, it just got better and better. But I would seriously be careful of who people talk to and who don't people talk to, or however that's supposed to come out like. I just added some color inside her. I hate you, camera. You know that? I hate you. See it a little bit. This is just like very subtle. I feel like it's super subtle. Yeah, and I really love going to the doll shows. I don't know. I just love being a part of it. And you know what? It shows you, it actually gives you a glimpse of people who are more genuine too. Like the people that are not afraid to show their face in public, because people can say what they want behind a computer screen. But when it comes down to it, of being in person and seeing those people, I guarantee you they wouldn't be doing that. They're not going to talk shit about a whole bunch of people and then go and know that those people are going to be there and see them face to face. They're just not going to do it. So then it's really nice to go there and people be like, oh, yay, this and that, and I follow you and I watch your dolls, I love your artwork, and puts everything into perspective. And yeah, I really enjoy it. I really wish I was going to Monster Palooza though, but I can't because I'm going away. I don't have the time. I do not have the time. I just want to spend it with my kiddos. Sometimes I miss them. Do you know what I mean? How you miss kids, even though I see them all the time, but I don't really, like with school and then work and business and stuff, and then you see them, but you don't like really, really see them. And that's why it's so important to spend quality time with your family, because of that reason. You have to take out time to make memories, because you can live every day and live, but there's a difference between doing that and trying to actually make it count. What do you mean? I miss my kids all the time. Yeah. So, I don't know if you can see. Amen, sister. Yeah, making memories. It's harder now than it used to be. Because especially for the working class people, like the middle class people and stuff, it's like we have to work our ass off all the time to just survive. And then who pays the ultimate price? Our family does, because, you know, moms and dads are working. They have to work. They have to work to survive. It's so sad. It's like quality time is so friggin' important. It is so important. Because then they become teenagers, and guess what? Doesn't matter what you say or do. It's like, always make memories. I have so many memories when I was a kid. Okay, you guys want to hear a really, really funny story? It's a good one. It is a funny one. It is a good one. It is so funny. I'm sorry. It's just really funny. Yeah, exactly. And then they join the army. Oh, girl, seriously, my kids are never gonna. My husband was in the military, and he hates when I say this, but I always tell my kids, like, you guys are not joining the military. Like, you're not going away at 18 to where I can never see you again and get all effed up in the head and then come back all messed up. For what? Which just brings me back to the whole, what are you fighting for? What is it that you want the outcome to be? Like, it's just another thing in life that brings me back to that conclusion, you know? Like, what are you putting all this effort in for what? For nothing. That's what it's for. But anyways, I'm gonna tell you this really friggin' funny ass story. It's a true story. When I first moved here, like, I love animals, and I'm one of those kids. Let me just start off by saying this. I am one of those kids that was never allowed animals growing up. We're a very poor family. There's no way we'd even be able to, for sure, don't get me started. Yeah, exactly. Like, no, exactly. Don't get me friggin' started on that either. My husband served 8 years. But, so, anyways, okay, so when I first moved here, like, I was not allowed animals, but I always wanted animals, and sometimes I would bring them home, and my mom would always make me get rid of them. Like, a dog, I just wanted a dog so friggin' bad. Like, oh my God, I wanted a dog so badly. And she's like, oh, I can't have dogs. So I always had to get rid of them. Boo-hoo for me. So when I moved here and we were in a house, they have out here, which I didn't have because I lived in the city. I'm from, like, the Surrey ghetto, like, total big city, freaking crackhead city. Anyways, I went to this auction, this animal auction, and I was just like, what? Somebody told me about it, and I was like, they have animal auctions? Seriously? Because there's so much farmland out here. And so they have, like, these auctions with all these, like, cows and stuff. And I was like, what? So, me, you know, bringing home animals that I'm not supposed to keep. You guys, I bought a cow. I bought a baby cow. The story gets better. So I buy this little Jersey cow because it was $3. And I was like, okay, this is a little awkward that I'm painting this, but whatever. It is what it is. I bought this little baby Jersey cow for $3. And I put it in my van because I had nowhere else, I had no other option. So I just bring it. It had an umbilical cord in every cords. Anyway, it was $3. I put it in my van. I bring it home and I put it in my...
It's me.
Oh my God, you scared me. You scared me so bad. My daughter just freaked me out. She walks away laughing. Okay, so I bring it home and I put it in my backyard. And it had to be bottle fed. It was like a baby. I know, right? Teenagers. She always does that to me. And my husband comes home and he's like, there's a cow in our backyard. There's a baby cow in our back. What? Why did you buy a cow? Why? You need to stay away from that auction. Why did you buy a cow? I'm like, I don't know. It was just so cute. I just couldn't. Oh my God, I just want a baby cow so bad. He's like, well, we cannot keep the cow here. Like, you have to do something with this cow. You can't keep it. So I'm like, okay, what are we going to do? So I'm like, I know, let's bring it up to my sister who's in Canada. And he's like, I don't think we can bring a cow across the border. I'm like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll just put it in the back of the van with a blanket. With a blanket. It'll be fine. And he's like, oh, I can't even believe I'm doing this right now. So we start driving. And I'm sorry, it's just so funny. The next part is so funny. We start driving and the cow starts thrashing around. Just like freaking out. And he's like, oh my God, we can't bring this cow across the border. Like, we can't do this. We need to do something with it. So I'm like, okay, I know what we can do. There's a farmer on the corner, because we lived kind of by the ocean at that time. There's a farmer that has cows in that big field, you know, on the way to town. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, we'll just put it over the fence. And then when he calls the cows, there'll be this baby cow that'll follow the big cows. And then it'll be fine. And he's like, okay, fine. Let's do that. So we freaking take the cow and we put it into a field with these other cows. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is gonna work. This is a good idea. This is gonna work. So we freaking put this cow in the person's field. It was like this old guy too. And the next day, like, I couldn't stand. I was like, okay, I need to make sure this cow is okay and everything. So I go to the guy's property. The cow is a Jersey cow. I go to the guy's property and the calf is like in another stall. Now I was like, oh, see, yeah, it worked out. And then I go and I just like conveniently walked by and I was like, oh, what a cute calf you have. And he's like, oh. And I'm like, oh yeah, what kind is that? And he's like, well, it's a Jersey calf. But, you see, I breed meat cows. Like, they're like slaughter cows. They weren't even the same kind of cow. They were like those big beef cows, like the big brown ones that he fed and then butchered. I was like, oh, interesting. I don't know, maybe you don't find it as funny, but I think it's freaking hilarious about when me and my husband put a calf into somebody's farm land and it was not even the same kind of breed. So I'm not allowed to go to the animal auction anymore. Once I bought chickens, actually. I bought chickens because I was like, oh, we can have eggs. We can have chickens. They were really cheap. I didn't know chickens could fly and I didn't know they were roosters. So the friggin' rooster flies and goes on the roof of like people's houses. And every single I was like, I didn't know chickens could fly. What? And every single morning, freaking rooster every morning at like 4:35 in the morning. So see, I have life fails too. True story. It's just how Bean rolls. I have a lot of fails in my life, but I don't really consider them fails. I just consider them learning in life, and you never stop learning either. This little Saskia, I really love it. Quails, yeah, my grandma used to raise birds like a long time ago. She had some of those. Those don't fly, right? They just kind of run around, and they have tiny little eggs. I'm not a bird person. I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to go to the auction now. I kind of just triggered myself. Go to the auction, Bean. Go to the auction. What happened to the calf? I don't know. It grew into a cow. He had it for a long time. It was the cutest thing too. It was a Jersey cow. I don't know. He just raised it. I don't know where it is now, but he ended up taking it and raising it. So I feel like I didn't do that bad of a job. Goats are good. Yeah. I like goats. If I could have a goat, I would probably have one. I can't have them here though, because we have too much forest. We're not allowed to have farmland here. So like if I wanted, I used to have yeah, they're really good for blackberry bushes, which we have here in Washington. They're like weeds here. People hate them here because they're everywhere. They just grow like crazy here, and they'll grow over everything. So goats are good for that because they eat those down. But I don't really have any right here. I don't like birds. I find like what? I don't like birds, but I like hens. Are those chickens? Hens? Like female chickens? I just find animals really funny. I'm such an animal person. I like bunnies. You name it, I've had it. Hi, Carrie. I had a miniature horse. I loved him. I couldn't take him here. He was a mini pinto. He had blue eyes. Super cute. I used to braid his hair. He went to this elderly lady that I know on the reservation. She's my heart friend. I love her. She has so much spiritual advice, and she's a very spiritual being. Like, I freaking love her, and I love everything she says. She's like an elder to respect like crazy, and she lives a she's like older 70s now, and she has her little miniature horse that lives inside the house, and I see her at birthdays and stuff like that, and yeah, she's such an amazing person. I love her. And alpaca. I haven't had an alpaca. No.
Don't even think about it.
Yeah, my daughter, don't even think about it. No, I can't have any farm animals here besides my pig, which can actually live inside the house, because we don't have farmland. It's all protected wild forest here. You know what, Sphinx? I wanted a Sphinx for the longest time. I gave it in my daughter's room. She hates my pig. My daughter does not like my pig at all. I wish I could have farm animals, but here's the thing. I love animals, and I would hoard them if I was able to. Once I started getting older and we were house hunting, we had looked at a lot of land. We had looked at houses with a lot of acreage, and the houses weren't as nice. Like they were just not as nice as this house. This house is amazing. And we were like, Sudden Valley, I don't know, because it's kind of far from town, and it is a gated community. We wouldn't have acreage, stuff like that. So I was like, do I let go of the farmhouse, or do I look for another house? So we kind of looked here, there, and everywhere. I went and looked at this one that was right on this lake, and it was 5 acres. I really liked it, but I was really scared of the water. Because I have such young kids. So I have a fear of having water so close by, because you just never know, and drowning is the number one killer. So it's just scary to me. And kids like to go and play outside, and you can't watch them constantly. You know, they have to have some sort of freedom. And it just takes 1 second. It takes literally 1 second for a kid to drown. So I was like, And then my husband's like, well, there's this house in Sudden Valley. How about we go and look at that one? Like, here's the pictures. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Compared to the other houses, I was just like amazed. I was like, what? So, needless to say, I walked in and I was like, mine. I wanted this house so bad. It was so hard to get. We had to jump through so many hoops to get this place, like so many hoops. I like you do your live at this time as I live in Italy. Well, hello to Italy. Hello to Italy. That is amazing. But yeah, so then at that point when we were house hunting, my Reborn business started to really take off. And so I found something that I had really, really, really loved. In order to keep being able to do what I do, I have to let go of certain things. And that's what happens when you get older. You have to start making decisions of what is worth holding on to and what is worth kind of, cutting some slack. And that's what it came down to, is I didn't have time to take care of farm animals because I was totally addicted to making dolls. And I still have tons and tons and tons of ideas. Like I'm just a very creative person. So yeah, I just decided that was more important at this time in my life, because all that property has to be taken care of. And I'm not about to take care of all that. Hell no. I wouldn't even know how to. But I mean, I do love horses. They're amazing. I wish my kids could grow up with horses, but it's not in the cards, and that's fine. And this house was a custom made house, not for us, but for another like huge family. So everything in it is really nice and new, and it's really practical for a big family. It has my studio, like a built-in downstairs studio, which was a huge one for me. And I can't do the face on that one because it's kind of top secret. The mummy doesn't really want his face shown. So if you're wondering why I'm not going to do details on my Saskia, it's because of that. So suck my toe all the way to Mexico. Anyway, and like the light, it's just little things, like the light switches are lower so the kids can get to them. There's tons of storage. There's a pantry. There's like some there's like the playroom. What's really awesome about my house is there's a playroom upstairs. So when you're visiting downstairs with people, there's an area upstairs where the kids can be playing and stuff. So you can actually visit instead of kids being like all crazy all the time, which is nice. But again, it's like, I don't know. I had to roll up my pant legs. My feet are getting really hot. Sweat like a man. True story. Let's see here. Let's see here. What did I do with my... Oh my god, I love this color. I wish my hair was this color. Some more thinner. Bloop. I gotta tell that cow story online, or recorded one day. I just think it's super funny. Can't believe it's almost April. It's almost my birthday. Pretty purple. I love you, purple. Ooh. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. I think I'm losing my juice for talking. I love these brushes. I do. I do. Let's see here. Shall we? Pink, some pink and purple. I need to go bake these babies, and I have about 3 that I have to bake, but I have to work on the Saskia face, but it's kind of top secret, so I don't really want to put him on the live feed just for security purposes. Security purposes. But I might do a video tonight with Phoenix or Maverick or whatever. I don't know. But I also think that people that have not checked out Serenity's video, Serenity Smith, should check it out. The one that went live a couple days ago, because I think she has a lot of valid points in it. She made it crystal clear, and I think that it is really helpful advice. And yeah, I really like it. I really like it. I was like, yeah, she explained it really, really well. But anyways, I'm going to go because it's been a long feed. I'm going to bake these babies, but I will be back. Thanks for watching. Bye.